It's your yummy update time. Crypto has done a very nice reversal out of what we call the C leg, which is a typical Elliott wave ABC thingamajig. And we're starting to push up. It might be a bit before we really get underway. The daily chart is looking great for Bitcoin because the daily chart, friends, has come right into the middle of the range. So this is a very, very new part that we are now exploring in recent times. Remember, we had the war that took us down. This is what you call, I guess, like a swing failure pattern, if you will. Like it's rejected out of here. So if you were going to trade, maybe trade a main style, I guess, let's say it did stop here. You would draw a fib from the top to the bottom, wherever it stops, okay, wherever it stops, and you look back for this 61% retrace, around 50 or 60%. So it would be around 102 to 101,000. You would bid there. The thing is, though, you're assuming it stops here. So if Bitcoin, if it does continue up higher, okay, let's say it actually goes all the way to 108 before stopping for the pullback, you'd bid, I guess, 103 now. You'd see that? So that's pretty much what you're looking for. Maybe it comes back down here. You'll bid it, and then I guess your stop is under here, which would be around from 103 to 95. So it'd be a $5,000 you're risking minus 5K here. And I guess you'd probably go for like plus 10 or whatever the market gives you. So plus 10 would be 113. So this would be plus 10. So it would be around up here. Or maybe you get all the way to 120. That'd be great. Plus 3 or 4. That's really cool if you were to get that, right? Remember, if you're trading this stuff, I'm just showing you this stuff because it's like, I don't have to prove anything to anyone, but I've seen all this, dude. I know all this. You get crushed by buying and holding. You literally get crushed, okay? No one believes you until it's all over, okay? That's what it comes down to. You know what's interesting? Friends, Trader Main, he bought $500 of Peanut, right? Peanut the squirrel at the very start, and then he sold it for like a 2x or something. He bought $500, he sold it for a 2x. The guy's got $10-15 million. I believe if he held it, later on, it was worth $15 million in about a week or two. Yeah, so he sold the $500. So like, do you see what I mean? Like you have all this money, you're worth 10-15 million that you've made from trading. Why are you selling on $500? Okay, but the answer is the same process that makes him sell on $500 is the process he uses to sell when he's like got a $3 million Bitcoin clip and he's down, say 15 or 25 grand or however how much he's risking. He was applying the same process. Guess what, bro? If you just were in $15 million later, right? But of course, I'm just cherry picking, because then you can't cherry pick that because like what about all the times where he sold instead of holding and like he gets to keep his money, So that's just something to think about. Like a lot of this thing, it's chaotic and it is random. The fib target for Bitcoin is up to about 130, and I guess we'll see what happens after that point. A lot of people believe it's completely over at that point. I believe it's going to be like a believer cycle where everyone thinks it's over. So what I've just done, I've just drawn here, there's like a nice channel of BTC that we might comes pop up here. Everyone thinks here is September, right? Rectember is right here. Blood moon, someone thinks it's over, and then maybe that continues, and then we'll continue the path out here, and then we hopefully move into Euphoria. I've got some cracker news coming your way, friends. Firstly, Jim Cramer, they are still killing oil. Bullish. Oh my gosh. So we're all scared. Initially, I interpreted as him saying he's bullish on oil, but now he might be saying bullish on the stock market, which is like, uh-oh. Here's Stokesy, the inverse Cramer, short oil immediately. And I made a joke here. Brothers and sisters, it's going negative again. Jim Cramer here. By the way, friends, I made a scheduled post here, which I collected my own information on Jim Cramer. I'm going to show it to you now. And you can see this, right? I collected this myself. Look at his big calls. He was bullish. So this is in 2022. All right. He was bullish on Ethereum. He said Ethereum's going to rally 40%. It immediately dumped 40%. That was the start of the bear market. Okay. He was bullish on Soy Bankman-Fried. He went to jail, straight to jail. He was bullish on oil at $120. Then it dumped straight away to $80. He was bullish on the Dixie at 120, and then it literally went down only. It's been going down only ever since. He was bearish on Coinbase at the lows, and then it did. See, this is a vicious 80%. It actually did more like a 300% rally. It went up big. 4-5x it went up. He was bearish on crypto at the bottom. He was giga bearish, and then we instantly mooned 50%. So Bitcoin went from 20K up to, or 15K went up to 22.5K. Actually, we've gone up higher. So inverse Oracle God. That's just 2022, by the way. Now, of course, the topical themes that we're seeing in Israel and Trump and everything out here. Let me say it again. Nothing ever happens. There you go. We got one dose of nothing ever happens, sprinkled with some nothing ever happening, and then you're also stewing it up with some nothing ever happens again. Very, very curious about that. Why is it that nothing ever happens? Preordained political theater. We're in a simulation. I don't know, friends. I don't know. It is what it is, okay? Remember, you have Donald Trump, friends, giving his comments and thoughts. I've shown this for you. I just love this, man. I made this here for you. Man, if you're selling crypto right now,
they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
You don't know what you're doing. And by the way, I have the average crypto portfolio here, which I covered this in Juicy News. I'm giving you another update, dude. Wow, you guys are gonna get trucking destroyed. First, I just had to go off my gut feel, which I'm like, oh man, I don't really know. You're scratching your head. Because I'm wearing a bucket hat that says "Aldi's nuts." Okay, I've had to pin the pDAI logo. You know what I mean? Like, so just having fun here. But now that I've seen this, my confidence has rocketed even more. I was like, whoa, you guys are gonna get ruined. You're gonna get so ruined. The cycle's playing all over again. Okay, look at this. The average crypto investor, stablecoin allocation, 33%. You guys are finished. So you're telling me altcoins are literally the cheapest they've been in 8 freaking years. Literally 8 years versus Bitcoin. It's done an 8-year round trip. Ethereum is down 88% after 8 years. Okay, so we've never seen Bitcoin this expensive versus altcoins ever in the history of crypto. 4 years of up only. Okay, you've never had maximum swing like this. And you guys have never had this much altcoin small exposure before. You've never had this little. You're going to get destroyed, bro. You're going to get destroyed. Friends, and by the way, see this Bitcoin allocation? Where do you think it's going? Look at this. They're going to have to rotate their Bitcoin and their stable coins to chase stuff. Okay? Obviously, there's a lot of people saying, no, this time is different. Bitcoin. I got Bitcoin, bro. I like Bitcoin. I'm just here to kindly inform you of something. The business cycle is still low, all right? So if you really think this thing is going to continue forever like this, I got bad news for you, bro. You're going against a literal freaking 100-year trend, pretty much. Oh, man. So these green squares, friends, just showing you whenever the business cycle goes up, people feel more confident to take on more risk into the future. It doesn't even matter what they're buying in crypto. It doesn't even matter if the thing earns no money or it's speculative. It doesn't matter. They're here to speculate. And that's ultimately what we're still waiting for. Has been a very, very, very long, tough ride, but, you know, I'm sticking to my guns. What's cracking on with PulseChain? So as the market has recovered as well, we have price action that's still rubbish. We did see an emphatic 50% rise in pDAI. So the rest of the core coins and everything's still really sluggish. It's been a very long time. Red candle vibes. Nothing we can do about it. It's been rubbish. Monthly candle down 36%. Way more red than green. Looks unhealthy, looks poor. I mean, even there was interesting, even on Ivan's show, someone asked him, they go, hey man, Ivan, I'm holding these 10 coins. They've been down. What do I do? And Ivan gave everybody the hard talk. You know, he's basically said, look, you have to pretend like you're starting from scratch now. He's like, you need a 1000% rally in your coins. If they're so shit, maybe they're going to give 1000%. But I feel like a lot of that is, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself now, because like as things go down and down and down and down, and you say, oh, things are never going to come back. But it's true, man. It's true. It is true. A lot of things don't come back. So what do you do though? Well, it's tough, because if you sell, you're selling something viciously cheap, and you have to buy someone else's expensive bag usually. But you got to understand what this means, right? Let me just show you an example. If you're doing something, look at this. Let's say there's a coin here, friends, and it used to be at 100, okay, price, all right, and obviously here's 0. So the thing used to be 100, and now it's down 90%. Let's say it's down to 10, okay? Well, Ivan's words, I guess he would say, well, look, man, this thing, you need to do a freaking 10x to get back you know, and then you're probably all going to sell with everyone else anyway, with most coins, okay? But here's the thing, okay? A lot of rubbish coins, even if they don't break the all-time high, from here, if you draw a Fibonacci from here to the top, from to where they are, they can get back to around a 50 to a 61.8% retrace. Okay, it's usually around 61.8. Okay, 50% to be conservative. You might be able to tick it here, but if you're leaving in limit orders here, I want you to see this, right? So if you're something, there's something here that's a value of 10, right? From here to up there, from if something's at 10 and it goes back to this number here, which would be around like $60, right? Whatever it is. You think about this. So this would be around the number 60. You're still getting like a 5 or 6x. And this is something that you might not even believe in, and it comes back down and is dead in the next cycle. But you got to think about that, right? So do you really want to sell something, even though it's rubbish? Do you really want to sell something? Okay, yeah, it used to be 100, now it's 10. Do you want to sell it for 10? All right, when like even if it's a failure, it's going to go to 60. Still a 5 or 6x, right? Because here's the thing. If you're going to go buy something else good, whenever people tell you this, they then, you know, they psyops you, brainwash you, and they go, oh, come and buy this strong thing. Like, come and buy Hype coin, you know? And Hype's strong. Yeah, but it's $33. It's got huge valuation. And then everyone wants to sell it at 100. So, like, you're going to buy momentum of something that for a 3x. So that's the tough part, because in an ideal world, you rotate from your junk to treasure. I made videos about this back in 2023, by the way, and 2022. I said, look, everything's down 90%. If you have junk meme coins and everything out here, there weren't even memes back then, just absolute junk, just rotate and consolidate, because everything is down 90%. So everything used to be worth 100. Now everything's worth 10. So you can just swap all the 10 stuff for things that you think are going to come back. I mean, like, for example, Chainlink or whatever, but everything's been garbage anyway. Yeah. But that's what you could do. But now you're faced with a different problem. The problem is when people are telling you to like move off these coins, you're not going to buy another coin at 10 now. Like, everything's through, a lot of the strong stuff's through the high. Like, for example, like look at Solana, right? So if you're rotating, friends, obviously what people say when they talk like this, they go, oh, come and buy Solana because Solana has adoption. Well, here's the problem with that, bro. If you come in and have a look at, see, look at this. Look what you're buying Solana. Look, see what I mean, friends? Solana has done its recovery. Okay, so most of your coins and all our coins are still down here. So you're going to sell something at dirt cheap to come buy something up here. Okay, so if you want to get the same return, you're going to need a 6x. That's pretty much Solana $1,000. Like, you need Solana $1,000. All right, and Solana stopping at 400, you pretty much ruin everything. Because one, you're not going to sell, and two, even if you did sell, you're selling out on a 2x. But people can't conceive of that. That's why, look, honestly, there is no answer. A lot of this is chaotic. A lot of it is random. All right, but the number one lesson to learn from these is like, look, if you want to win, you can't let yourself get in this situation, this position where you're like hoping for that stuff. So what do? Well, honestly, once again, friends, it's too much speculation, man. Like, I look for asymmetric upside bets. I look for asymmetric upside bets so that they will take care of all the other shit. Yeah? Because the asymmetric upside, I mean, looking at one, right? Look at pDAI. Like, even if pDAI, all right, you don't even need it to go $1, dude. What if it goes to just freaking 5 cents, man? That's a 21x. What if it does go to 10 cents? What if it goes to 10 cents? 10 cents here would be a whopping 41x from today. You see that? So that more than makes up for a lot of things. Now, you got to think about your own portfolio allocation and everything out here, because I know, man, I'm not saying it's easy. It ain't easy, but my approach is let everything go, and then when Euphoria comes, you just got to make what you do and then allocate from there, because some things are going to be 50% off their high by that point. Other things are going to still be touching their high. Other things will never have rallied. You just don't know. But I can tell you something right now. Those types of, see how everyone's worried? It's never ever going to happen. Dude, it's 31-month red candle vibes. Yeah? You're pretty much worried about stuff like that down at these bottoms out here. Because, yeah, it's tough, man. Because, like, remember, friends, not only do you have to catch a fart in a jar, you've got to do it twice. So what does that mean? It means it's tough. Okay, you let go of your bag. Okay, cool. There you go. Sell it. Now what? Now what? Go pick the next winner. Okay, so you might go, oh, it's easy. I'll just sell this bag. Okay, yeah, sell it. Sell it. Go pick the winner, though. Go pick the winner. And not go pick the winner and start feeling good because you're following somebody who's already up, right? You've got to now mark that point in time where you got in. You're buying Solana at $140, not 14, right? So if Solana goes to 300, a 2x from here, that person still wins. You lose, okay? Because you've sold everything for pennies, pretty much. You've sold stuff that used to be $1. You've sold it for 10 cents effectively, or 5 cents, like in Hex's case, or 1 cent. Do you see what I mean? So you can DCA, keep adding to your bags, all right? Or you look for a more asymmetric upside. Maybe you do a bit of both. That's what I've done, man. That's literally what I've done. There's no guarantees with this. That's why this is so good, man. This is so good. It's literally, friends, asymmetric upside. That's crypto, by the way. That's all of crypto. And look, you know, whatever happens, whenever we get to this situation, I know what people say. They'll say, well, look, taking profit is great and profit is profit. Yeah, I get that. Taking out your shitty little 2 or 3x is not going to make up for your winners, your losers. Okay, this is not... We've done the maths on everything, yeah? Because, okay, it works for you. It's not going to work for the 99 other people. And what makes you so special that you're right, huh? How do you know you're right? Friends, go ask, like newsflash, go ask every single person if they think what they're doing is correct. Everybody says yes. I mean, I just showed you the average portfolio. You guys have got 33% stable coins. You are going to get hoarded. You're going to get literally destroyed. Hard. 33%. That's what happens. Okay, so you understand the complexity of this game now. Yeah, it's easy. Oh, buy and hold. Yeah, but there's 50,000 tokens being minted every 2 seconds. There's narratives that change. You have the pushing and the pulling. You watch a new crypto banter show every day. You get a heart attack because, like, oh no, it was AI agents. Now it's AI coins. Next it's AI cartoons. Oh no, tomorrow it's Trump coins. No. After that it's it's European coins. Oh no, now it's stable coins. No, now it's Coinbase shares. No, now it's this. Now it's that. It's a believer cycle, man. It's a believer cycle. So here's the thing, man. If this works out, remember, I always have this respect for the market. Could all go to zero, yeah. But if this works out, if PulseChain rises and all of this plays out, yeah, people are going to look at it and go, oh, it was so obvious. But like, you look at this field, man. There are people in like a lot of stuff. You know, I'll give you some free advice. Do not judge the people of the past. You know, people thought Zcash was going to be the future. People thought EOS was going to be the future, right? All these upgrades. They really did think that, and that everything gets absolutely demolished over time. And there's all these powerful like forces which are diluting away your attention and network effects. So how do I play this? Well, look, man, this is what I do. All right. This is just mentally what I do is I've made videos for this. Once again, highest value content in crypto. Like and subscribe. That's all you got to do. I've already decided, all right, I don't know where Ethereum's going, right? I don't know where Ethereum's going, friends. Wherever it goes, if I see Ty Lopez, Coinbase App Store ranking #1, $1 billion public ICO raise, the US government, Congress has banned themselves from owning stocks, right? In my exotic top signals, yeah, I'm seeing a NASDAQ listing, more ETFs, whatever. When I'm seeing that, like, remember, the market doesn't care about you or your number at all. It doesn't matter if you're up 1x or 0% or 1,000x. It doesn't give a shit, all right? We're just drops of ocean in the water. So I've been practicing for this the whole time. So whenever those euphoria signals appear, I have to take a good, honest look at ourselves and go, all these signals are now firing off. Okay, right now, I'll give like a 0% probability that we're in a bear market in 6 months or whatever. Like, but more like 5 or 10%. You always have like a 10% chance. Okay. But as we move up, wherever the prices are landing and Ty Lopez is appearing, okay, obviously we hope Ethereum's closer towards 15, but I'm ready for it to happen at 7. I don't want it to happen at 7. Like, think about this, man. The number keeps going low. Whatever happens at 5. Ansoy, right? Ansoy, some people call it Ansimp. He believes that Ethereum's never going to make an all-time high. He thinks Ethereum's like, it could have topped out forever. The euphoria for the whole cycle will be Ethereum at like 3,800. You see, it's not so easy. So I'm just prepared. Whatever happens, there will be just a decision point. Okay, well, you know, it's no longer 10% chance we're in a bear market in 6 to 12 months from now. It might be 30% chance. That's significant, which pretty much means you go to every single coin and you basically, you don't judge any coin. You don't look at its chart. That's how you get ruined. You don't look at their chart. You don't look what they're doing. You don't look at the logo, nothing. You just go, every single coin, I'm going to slice off 30%. The whole portfolio. That's it. And that's just going to be stable coins. You know? Or you can have half Bitcoin, half stable coins. Whatever. You just, you know, that'll be it. And then maybe, you know, hopefully it continues. And then more exotic top singles pop off. And it's like, oh, well, there might be like there's a 50% chance now that we're in a bear market in 6 to 12 months from that point. Okay? And then you do it again. So make sure you have 50-50. Right? So that's the way to do it. Now, what is the way 99% of the crowd will do it? Okay? 99% of the crowd, this is how they'll do it. And if you listen to everybody, they've already told you what they do. They go, okay, they say, when I'm up 25x, I'll take 5% out. When I'm up 100x, I'll take 30% out. Wrong. You're going to get destroyed straight away. I already told you. You got that cute little duck swimming in the pond and someone's just got crosshairs aimed at you. You're literally going to get destroyed. You're trying to tell the market what it's going to give you. Yeah, have you learned nothing from past 100 years of markets? Do you watch any of your and Somi's highest value content in crypto? No, they don't. Okay. You can't be entitled, man. It gives whatever it gives. Okay. Yeah, there are people who are going to buy a random meme coin and make 1,000x. Yeah, but there's also going to be people holding the next XRP, which is not going to move this cycle. Okay. That's my approach, friends. And that's not that is statistically, strategically, people who win, that's what they do. Okay. People who win. But it's tough because if you have that mindset too much, you never hold. You become fully mercenary, everything. You become a Jeet. Okay. So it's tough, you know. I even think, friends, what if I see too much Euphoria and pDAI is like 10 cents? Yeah, I'll have to slice some off. I will. I wanted to go to $1. I really do. You know, but I don't know the future. Okay. So I'm just giving you one example. Strong thesis doesn't mean everything's immune. Whatever. And by the way, that's pretty good, right? Because from the freaking gravestone emoji at 10 cents, you're up 378x. You know what I mean? So that's just one example, right? So you understand the complexities of this game. There's layers everywhere to it, but ultimately, you know, it's still a believer's cycle. Okay, and of course, you can't go ask other people, "Hey, do you think it's over or not?" No one knows shit. Okay, remember, it's a game of probabilities. If you're very unsure, you can't go wrong with 50-50. Okay, if you're really unsure, like you're just, man, I don't know, blah, 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 just go half and half. You know, there you go. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.